that gives us most of this radiation is what? What's that object? Yeah, the sun. For sure. The sun provides us with most of our electromagnetic radiation. We studied this during our EM lab. Hi, Ariana. It gives us the whole spectrum, but infrared is the heat that we feel. That's when we go out and we put our face towards the sun. That's the heat that we feel. So there you go. Our bodies actually also give off infrared radiation. Have you ever been, and raise your hand, have you ever been in a room with a lot of people and it gets really, really warm and really gross? Yeah. Sometimes that happens here, especially like as we get closer to the summertime. Our bodies, they're hot. 97, 98 degrees, that's a lot of temperature. That's a lot of temperature. You pack a lot of people with hot bodies into a small room, the temperature of your room, it's going to increase. That's because all the time, your body is emitting energy. That's why we always have to eat food. So the Cheetos that you ate this morning for breakfast, oh, I know what you eat for breakfast. I know what you ate for breakfast. The Cheetos that you ate for breakfast this morning are now being emitted by heat throughout your whole body. That's why you lose energy a lot faster if you're colder. Get hungrier, need more energy. Infrared. Microwaves, that's another form of radiation. A microwave is actually the next step over on the electromagnetic spectrum from infrared. So we heat our food, nothing touches it there, by electromagnetic energy. Here's another example of radiation. So here I have my example of a sun, my model of a sun. It's just another lamp here. This one's not as bright. But it's been heating this sand the whole time. Ariana's going to feel the sand for us, and it is. It's warm. It's hot. So radiation from the sun, or this lamp, has heated the sand, just like the sun heats the surface of the earth. Now our little guy here, he walks across the surface of the sand. Every time he touches the sand with his feet, ow, ow, ow. What form of heat transfer is that? He's touching the sand with his feet. Conduction. Touching. His feet are touching the floor, touching the sand. Convection is moving in the gas, moving in a fluid. So, now, page 51. Take a look at that diagram in front of you. Actually, I need the diagram in front of me too. Let's put that on the board. Boom. We have the sun. This is the diagram you drew yesterday. You have a better one in your notebook, page 51. The sun, Haley, heats up the surface of the earth by radiation. The surface can be land. The surface could be water. Doesn't matter. The sun is heating up the surface of the earth. That's radiation. This is what you'll be needing to explain to me for objective 15, because this is how these three relates to what we need to know. Radiation heats the surface. Now the surface is touching the air right above it. If it's touching the air right above it, what form of heat transfer is that? Conduction. It's touching. That warm air from above the ground, it's now been heated by conduction. That warm air wants to go where? Up. That hot air rises. Well, that hot air rises, but then it cools off as it gets high in the troposphere, and it sinks back down. Touches the ground again, rises back up. That's our convection current. Take a look at page 51. You see the sun heats up the surface by radiation. The surface heats up the air by conduction. And then those two convection currents off to the left-hand side move all around, creating wind and storms and everything like that for us. Here's your task. You will need to know these three forms of heat transfer. So you are going to take a piece of paper that I'm going to pass out to you. Looks like this. Fold it in half. 3 different sections: convection, conduction, radiation. On the inside, give a definition. You can use the books, you can use mine, you can use your own words. Provide an example. It can be a picture, it could be a description, it could be one that I've described, it can be one of the good examples from the textbook. This will get glued or stapled into your notebook. I will let you use this on the quiz that we will take. Page 51 is where you should be in your notebooks. Who's going to help me pass these out? Pass them out? Pass them out? Everybody? Everybody? Everybody gets one of those. I'm gonna take this helmet off too. Trying to give me a Can you do what?